everybody, welcome into Farm Cooking with Nan. Today's a special day. Really, you'll see this video a little after, but Pop and I just celebrated yesterday our 48th wedding anniversary. And so I'm doing this video. You might not see it till next week, but we're celebrating. And he didn't want me to cook yesterday. He said that you don't cook on your anniversary. So he just ran and got us something. We're too busy to take too much time out to go eat somewhere. So today I'm making one of his favorite meals, and that is meatloaf, mashed potatoes, green beans, coleslaw, and some corn on the cob. So that's going to be the feast. And so I'm going to be using some crackers in this. That's not the greatest. It's got some... They've got some carbs in them, but you know what? One slice is not going to push me over, okay? So I'm in my cookbook today, if I can get that to where you don't get a glare. This is my one and only cookbook, Farm Favorite Recipes, Farm Cooking with Nan, and it's on page 30 in the cookbook. And I know so many of y'all have the cookbook. Page 30, it's Nan's Favorite Meatloaf. And so, really, it's Papa's favorite, too. But I've got 2 pounds of fresh, well, not fresh, but our Scottish Highland cattle. I've got 2 pounds of ground beef. So, you need some good lean hamburger meat, okay? And I'm going to put in about a half a teaspoon of black pepper, about a half a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to put in about, and this is not in the book, this garlic powder, but I'm going to put in about half a teaspoon or a little bit more. Now, I'm just going to tell you, I mean, you do your own, you do you, okay? But I'm going to put that garlic powder in there, and then I'm going to put some onion powder. I'm going to put, I think the recipe calls for a half a teaspoon, but, you know, I was heaping on both of those, okay? They were both heaping. So, okay, let me get the lids back on here. I don't like my seasonings to set out and the air hit them or whatever. I've got 2 beaten eggs here that I'm going to put in there. Then I'm going to put about a half a cup of milk. I might add just a tad bit more, and I might not, but about a half a cup. And I'm going to put, if you've got Ritz crackers, I'm going to put in... This is the part that's not so good for a diabetic. But you know what? If we just eat in moderation, it's okay to have a nice slice of meatloaf or whatever. Just don't overdo it. So I'm going to put in 3 of these small snack size. But if you're making it, just put 1 long one. If you've got one of the long regular ones, just use that. I'm going to put 3 of those in, but you can use 1 long one. This is just the snack size is what I used, and the family size is what that, hang on a minute, is what that, if you're going to use the full size. Okay, let me see what I've got here. I've got 2 pounds of ground hamburger meat, a half a cup of chopped onions, but I always like to add extra. This is one of those things, you know, most people might not like. They might not like as much green bell pepper and onion as we do. So that's why in the recipe I put down a half a cup of each. But I always add more. I always add more for me and Pop. We like more pepper. Look at here. I've got probably almost about 2.5 to 3 cups of onion and green bell pepper. Look at that. chopped onion, and green bell pepper. Didn't take me a minute to get those chopped up. I have so many people say, hey, Nan, where'd you get that chopper? Y'all know I don't sell anything but my cookbook. But this came from Walmart, and I'm not an affiliate. Like I said, I don't sell anything from Walmart. It doesn't have a name brand on there. I was going to look again, I can't really see. There's a tiny little thing there, but you can't even tell what it even says. And this just says push on the top. That's where you push down. I don't see any name, but it's like $17.47 or 40-some cents at Walmart online. It doesn't change out into different blades. I like the size that it chops there. I'm not promoting anybody. You know, please don't take it because I'm not selling anything. But I have so many people ask about it. So some people find it inside Walmart and some people have to get it online. I had to get mine online. Okay, 2 pounds of hamburger, a half a cup of chopped onions, and a half a cup of green bell pepper. You know, I double that. And a half teaspoon of salt, a half teaspoon of pepper, a half cup of milk, and 1.5 sleeves of the Ritz crackers, and 2 eggs beaten, and 2 teaspoons of onion powder. No, a half teaspoon of onion powder, and a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. And I added the garlic powder in there, okay, this time. But my hands are clean. All I've touched is what I've had right here. So I'm going to work this together. Now this is a lot of onions and a lot of green peppers, but I caught green peppers on sale. That's why I went ahead and used the whole big green bell pepper. Vidalia's was on sale, and green bell peppers. So I'm going to work this in. You don't want to overwork your meat, but you need to make sure it's all combined. That all your crackers are all, you know, moist. I think that is about probably good. Now, I'm going to take this hand and turn off the camera and grab the dish. Okay, I sprayed just spritzed some oil, avocado oil, on my bacon loaf pan here. And I made a mound. I made just a mound, you can see. And I had enough left over to put into this dish. I'm going to show y'all. I got these from QVC. They're a little divider dish, but you know what? I thought that's small enough for me to have, and this is large enough for Pop to have. I'm gonna pop this in the freezer, and then when I want to make meatloaf and don't want to make a big bunch of meatloaf, all I have to do is pop that out on a time when I don't feel good, and which could be any day, but I'm gonna pop that out and we'll have meatloaf again. And that way we don't have so much meatloaf. That's a good size meatloaf right there. But just wanted to tell you that. I'm gonna put this in this 350-degree oven and I'm gonna cover it up. I'm just gonna cover it up because then we're gonna make a glaze for it. The glaze is there with the recipe. Tells you how to make it. But I'm gonna pop this in and we're gonna leave it in a 350-degree oven. You can put it in a 400-degree if you want to, just watch it. And I'm gonna bake it for about 45 minutes. Take it out, and when I take it out, we'll make the good topping, the glaze, and put it on there and pop it back into the oven. Okay, let's get the glaze ready. I've got 3/4 cup of ketchup in here, and I want you to know that the ketchup is sugar-free. You can use sugar-free, and if you don't have a problem with that sugar, then you don't have to worry about it. Just use regular ketchup. I'm going to use about a teaspoon of prepared mustard, And I'm going to put about, this is Swerve brown sugar, which means there's no sugar in it, but it's sugar replacement. And I'm going to put 1, 2, let's start out with 3 heaping teaspoons. Uh-oh, you know what this is? That is the prized possession right there. Sugar-free brown sugar. I'm going to take a little taste, and if I don't think it's got enough of that sugar, then maybe, you know, it says 3 to 4, so I'm going to put 4. And stir that up, and we'll be ready to get our meatloaf out here in a minute. I uncovered it at 45 minutes. And I'm gonna, you know, most of the time I'll make my meatloaf on around 350 or 400. But I did it on 350. I've got, because I needed to bake. Oh, that's hot, and my glasses are steamed up. I've got some goodies in the oven that I'm baking. Let me check them. I'm sorry to take this time from what we're doing, but I've got to check my little loaves. I'm making some loaves. And they are done. They are done. Let me get them out of there. So I'm getting out my loaves, and let me put this over here, sorry. And I'm gonna get my meatloaf out. Now, if you need to drain your meatloaf, see, I mean, there might be just a touch of, and I've got some more here I need to put in the oven. It's just a busy day, sorry to take from this recipe, but I'm going to put my put my glaze onto my meatloaf. Now this is the way, if you don't like a glaze, don't put it on there, but boy, this makes the meatloaf. We love it. We do, we love it. Take it all the way over, coat your meatloaf really good. Then we're going to pop it back into the oven and let this meatloaf, let the topping brown. So total, it's probably going to be in the oven about an hour and 15 minutes at 350. If you bake it on 4, you can have it probably all done in an hour. But I wanted to keep my oven on 350 because I knew I was going to be making some dessert. I was going to be making a dessert. So now I'm going to put it back in the oven. Scoot over a little brownie. Not brownies, but little loaves. And we're going to put this back in there. Leave it a good 15, 20 minutes. And then we'll have that finished. Okay. I'll let it stay in about 20 more minutes. Now let me go back over the baking directions. You can bake this on 400. Your total time will be around an hour. Take it out, put your glaze on the top, pop it back in. But I like baking mine on 350, just slow, and it is delicious. I'm not going to get a piece out of that right now. I'm going to wait on my supper. But you all know I've done meatloaf one other time on here, and this is one of our favorite meals, especially Pop's. It's his favorite. He's funny about eating meatloaf anywhere besides at my house. So I hope y'all get a chance to make you some. It smells so good. I've been craving it for a week, but I'm gonna have him a nice little supper tonight to celebrate our anniversary, because I'd rather eat at home than I would out. But sometimes it's nice to go out and get somebody else's food, isn't it? Well, I'm going to go. I want y'all to know how much I love you, how much I appreciate you. I will try to get a picture of this. Definitely, I'll try to get a picture or a picture of our plate or something like that for y'all. I want you to know that you are precious to me. I appreciate y'all coming and watching. I still have people that'll pop me a message and say, hey, Nan, I'm not seeing you. Are you sick? Are you, I've had the shingles, but they're drying up and feeling much better, much better. And so I've still been cooking every day just like I normally do. Y'all have been getting current videos. So I've not, I'm all right. But I don't know what happens every once in a while. As my friend Kim says, the powers that be that control all this, sometimes they just, if you don't make a comment, then they're sort of like, well, they must not like watching her, so we're just not going to pop those back up on her feed again. But if you're following me, it's supposed to give you a notification each time that I come on. So, make sure that you go over to my page. Make sure you're not on a fake page. Oh my goodness, I had somebody send me a message yesterday and said, hey, Nan, just keep doing your videos on YouTube. I've never done a video on YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, you are watching a scammer's page. They have been making money off of me for years, and I can't get anybody to do anything about it. So if you're watching that, you're supporting a fake page. You're supporting somebody else. That's what you're doing. So the only place that I have videos is Facebook. So please come over to Facebook and follow me. Like and follow, and that way you'll be notified each time when I come on. Well, I love you. I'm going to say that again. You're precious to me. And I want you to know how much the good Lord loves you. Don't ever forget that. No matter what you're going through, don't ever forget that. Sometimes it seems like he's a world away, But if you put your trust, I don't know how to make it without him. That's the truth. I mean, sometimes things that I could say that I won't say on here, but just something so simple that you'd think, why in the world do you call on the Lord? You know what? Because the Bible says pray about all things. All things. And sometimes when you get really close to the Lord, and I wish that for you so very much, that you all would pull up so close to him that everything you do, you just say, Lord, you're going to have to help me. Oh, Lord, can you help me with this? And watch him. He never lets you down. Sometimes our answer, and I've said this before in videos, sometimes our answers are yes, no, or sometimes it's wait. Be patient. Be patient and wait. Just because you haven't heard yes or no yet doesn't mean that your prayer's denied, So the Lord's just laid that on my heart today, and I guess it's for somebody out there, but I just want you to know how much he loves you, how much he cares for you. These little things that we go through during the day, that's just things that God's interested in. You think, well, why would the Lord want me to talk to him about something so insignificant? You know what? If he knows the hairs on our head, if he knows the number of the hairs on our head, don't you think we're important to him? Don't forget that today. He loves you so very much. I'm going to go and finish up the mashed potatoes and green beans and coleslaw, and I've got corn on the cob going, so I've got to go and finish Pop's supper, okay? I will see y'all next time, Lord willing. If it's his will, I'll be back, okay? See you then. Bye-bye.